Nah, have you ever met any of those cunts who, like, you know, the classic Aussie sort of, like, can't fucking string a legible sentence together? Like, you know, like, fucking cockatoo voice kind of fucking
Yeah.
Fucking
the back of your face voice.
That's it. Fucking nasally. No,
it's like not using your tongue.
But what about? Yeah, go.
There's like a cunt at the bar I work at who's like full 100% that, and they call him Mumbling Dave.
Mumbling
He's
Dave.
like, oh, fucking. He hasn't got such a nasally one, but he's got like,
the corner of the mouth don't work.
And you catch like one every 6 words.
That's hectic.
Yeah, the Tassie versions of those cunts are way different from like the North Queensland versions. It's so good. Like you meet just on 4 Drive Action they go to Tassie and they meet this Tassie local dude and he's from the West Coast and he's the biggest, hugest cunt with a massive singlet on with like a huge hole in it with just half his gut hanging out and he's wearing shorts, like denim shorts, sort of like big baggy shorts and like just fucking slip on fucking like I don't know what fucking hectic like not quite Ugg boots but they nearly look like Ugg boots and he's just like it's more but you could sort of understand it was fucked. Like you could barely understand him. It was like, dude, you're repping Tassie right now.
Damn, that's
so
what I
good.
think Tassie's like.
Yeah, like go mate. Yeah, good.
Fuck yeah, Tassie.
Tassie.
It's got some characters in it.
Everywhere's got characters.
We're a bit of a variegated society.
You know what my girlfriend asked me? She goes, who do you reckon the main character of life is?
Whoa. I don't know.
She reckons it's either Ryan Reynolds or Jim Carrey.
What?
I don't know how she got there, but like
Jim Carrey, maybe. He's on that fucking woke trip. Like, who is Jim Carrey? Because he's played so many actors, he like realises that his own self is a persona.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, I like that one.
It's a good one.
He's clearly the main character.
The main character. Is he a character though?
He is the creator.
There was Jesus, who was a physical character at one point. Other than that, like,
you could say
what sort of a character does he have representative of what we consider to be
life
characters? Yeah.
Well, he's the backstory.
Yes. Origin story, creator, sure.
Yeah.
But is he a character?
But I suppose, yeah.
Well, alright, I think
Sure, he's a character in your life.
I don't think he's a character
life.
in his own simulation. I don't think that's how.
Well, if we're specifically talking simulation, then I suppose you could say Jesus Christ, but then
maybe it's Satan.
Think about this, right? In a traditional story, the main character has the most amount of information about them, right?
Okay, yeah.
So who's the person with the most information about them?
Oh, well,
Probably God.
Jesus Christ has got a fair bit. But like people like Muhammad and like, you know, there's some well documented people. Even like Hitler, heaps of cunts know exactly what he did all around the world.
That's the one with the most information. Is that what you're saying? Holy shit.
Well, yeah, the most backstory, the most influence, the most everything.
Yeah, the most influence, I'd say.
What's the influence? So we're saying that, like, I don't know, like, one of these fucking, like...
God's definitely...
In that case, I'm going to say Jesus Christ as a character. If you want to go character, or God as the original.
Excluding God,
excluding
because he's
God.
not a physical character.
Alright, we'll say Jesus Christ then.
That's within... Like, that has the most influence within Christianity.
No, within
within
their world.
You sure? I'd agree with that.
Because if that didn't happen, the world would be so different.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many people are Christian and compared to everything else, but then think about how many people who are agnostic but know about Jesus as opposed to knowing about people like Allah and Buddha and all those other ones.
What's the greatest at the moment? Because it keeps fluctuating between Christianity and Islam.
Fuck knows.
But
I assume Christianity was just leagues above the rest.
Oh, and atheism, sorry.
yeah, but
Atheism,
they're not
on
counting
top
the
of
underground church because they don't know about them. The underground church
I'm
is
assuming
huge.
the counter for Islam isn't counting the underground Muslims either.
Not many underground Muslims.
You reckon?
They all come over here.
What do
and
you
they
mean
can
by
be Muslims.
underground though?
Like non-registered ones, I reckon, bro.
Oh, non-registered. Yeah, non-registered, I suppose.
Oh, like non-registered citizens
So
or
I'm saying
non-registered
non-registered
as Muslims?
yeah, exactly. Because Because they'll still register as
Because that's what
Muslim.
they'd be basing it off.
Because
right? Statistics
immigrants,
that
like
of
unregistered
people.
immigrants, a lot of them are going to be Muslim.
And a lot of them would hide that so they'd have a better chance of staying in the country.
Exactly. So if
Exactly
you're talking
the same reason like underground Christians exist, right?
but just not in Western civilization.
Yes.
So this is hard. Is there more underground Christians in non-Western civilization, or
I don't know.
more underground Muslims?
In
Western
terms of
civilization?
registered of both, it fluctuates and it's pretty even. So that would
Well, this is
suggest
the
the
thing.
underground is similar.
If you think about all the countries where it's bad to be a Muslim, well, I'm saying bad, like places where Muslims feel like they would have to hide
So
their
Western
identity.
countries,
Yeah, so you got America, England, I'm in UK, like
non-tolerant countries.
Australia, fucking
New Zealand.
New Zealand. I'm thinking maybe Russia.
Russia are their own thing, man.
Yeah, Russia's a bit different.
Russia, you cannot control Russia. Russia do Russia.
Yeah.
All those ones like Russia, China, all those Asian sort of ones are like, it's not quite as bad as like the predominantly white countries
In terms of.
not accepting Muslims.
I'd say predominantly white countries. Like we have Muslims going for government in parts of Melbourne because there's a massive Muslim community, and they're likely to get voted in.
Yeah.
So like we've got enough tolerance
And
to have
also
heaps of
because
Muslims
of
here.
fucking woke culture and then everyone feels the need to force diversity.
Well, yeah, that's
Exactly.
a huge thing.
In terms of actual acceptance, we're not very progressive.
No, but that's because we get pushed this childlike stuff. Like everyone's just trying to like is so just kiddish about everything and just get fed what they're told and then just do it. And then obviously they're still going to be racist because they think there's a problem with someone else's race, so they have to hide it by saying this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So once a white person can look a black person in the face and call them black, and a black person can do the same to a white person, that's when you're not racist.
Yeah.
That's it. As long as there's still like, there's.
That's the only
still-
way.
That's it. It sounds.
And I know heaps of black
counterintuitive.
people that will let me call them black to their face and like describe them as black, not
Yeah.
like call them a black cunt because blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Not
Like,
in an endearing way.
Yeah, or just even just in a purely descriptive way.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Do not give a shit, and then they'll just describe me as white, which doesn't matter anyway. No one even cares about. But hey,
But this is the thing. Think about it from the point of view of a black person, right? If you
there's a difference.
if you have friends that like you're cool with them calling you black because you know, right? You know that they're not racist, right?
Mm.
Like there's still, I'd imagine, this is probably how I'd feel if I was black, and someone said that to me and I knew exactly what they meant. There'd still be that tiny little bit like, but it could be racist, like. Because there are so many like people where you're like, oh yeah, he could be racist when he's saying that. Oh yeah, that's definitely that's racist as fuck.
I get that.
So there's always
but
that little bit like, oh, is it? No, it's not. It's not. But
I feel like that should be embraced.
yeah,
As a black person that you were just impersonating, that little tiny bit of awe, is it? That should be embraced in the same way as when I look at you and say you're an ugly fuck.
yeah,
Like,
that's it.
I'm
Because
saying, like, if
I
I
know-
call you a cunt.
yeah,
like,
I know
that's
you're not calling me an ugly fuck
right.
because I know I'm not an ugly fuck.
Right, you've got that self-confidence.
Yeah.
Like, if a black
But
cunt
here
is
lies
black,
the difference.
yes.
Objectively, I know that I'm not an ugly fuck, right?
But you kind of are.
But yeah, well.
But see how you found that funny? See how you found that funny?
But listen, objectively, a black person is black, right? And so when you just call someone black, you are using it, like Joe said, as a descriptive term. So instead of using an example of calling me ugly, you need something that I actually am black.
But so you're deliberately being insulting with that descriptive term of ugly, right?
What about this? What about this?
And
What
you
if
can
you-
also be deliberately insulting with the term black as a descriptive word. And if you're deliberately insulting using that term, then that's obviously racist.
I've got a better example.
So do I, but you go.
Right, so I'm diabetic, right?
Yep.
And if you call me like a diabetic cunt, or any other fucking thing you want
That's
involving
That's
that,
even a better example than I was going for, but yes.
yeah, because technically and objectively, I am a diabetic cunt, right? But I know you're just taking the piss when you say that, and you don't actually judge me or think anything less of me for having diabetes. Right? And that's ideally, in a perfect world, that's what would have to happen. Black people embrace that.
Well, that's what everyone would have to assume out of every conversation. And these days we're taught to not assume anything and to be thinking about all the negative things and how you can possibly take something the wrong way.
Yeah.
So you're never going to get to that stage of pure peace in a conversation with someone because everyone's always looking for the wrong rather than just assuming.
That's no one's fault because there are genuinely racist cunts, and you have to be on the lookout for racist cunts because they might fucking kill you or some shit, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Or they might
I take the point.
call your kid black or some shit.
There is a less
Black
of
fucking...
a percentage of those people these days than there used to be.
This is the thing, we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's just getting a bit fucky on the way there. Like,
yeah.
It'll be good
No, yeah, that'll be good, but what about everything else?
once that's all fixed. Too.
Like, as in...
Just wait till it's all perfect.
Oh, okay.
this is the
Okay.
thing. There's always gonna be some form of prejudice. Just eventually the prejudice will get, and this is what I think's happening. Eventually the prejudice will get so passive that it actually isn't prejudice. It's just stupidity. Like, you know, that's basically what woke culture is.
Yeah.
Because it's like racism's gone. Like, racism is at an all-time low. I'm pretty sure, right? That's just an assumption.
Yes, it is, but it's still there, and you can't just say it's not there even because it's at a low.
But it is
Yeah,
at
exactly.
a low, and it is at this. Well, this is the thing. It might not even be at a low. The thing is, the people who are racist have just toned it right down.
Now all you got to do is wait a generation for all the subtle racists to die off.
Yeah.
And then all the people who like believe in non-racism will continue to live and teach that to their kids, and that'll be how it is. Just gotta wait until it's all
But the thing is, like, back in the day, if you were racist, then you were all in. Like, you wouldn't mind killing people. But now you can be, like, subtly racist. But the thing is, people don't differentiate between being subtly racist and being hardcore racist. That's a problem.
See, I think like racism in comedy should be allowed.
Yeah.
That's something that would help. If comedians were constantly making racist jokes and that was more widely accepted, both black and white and whatever else the fuck you want to do.
Exactly. It should be just anything. You can do anything. You can rip on people for anything, and that's
It
just...
shouldn't be taboo for a white guy to make black guy jokes.
And then once
maybe
something does
not
go
say
too
the
far...
N-word. That's too far at the moment.
Well, that's just considered...
Because that was a directly oppressive word.
Black people own that word.
Yes,
And
that's
I'm
their word.
perfectly
Fair
happy
enough.
to give black people
Let
that
them
word.
have their fucking word.
That is
like,
their privilege at this point.
like their ancestors had a rough time.
Yeah.
Let them have their word.
I think
That's a
eventually,
respect
though,
thing.
like,
Exactly.
eventually it's going to have to, like... Yeah, I don't know, because I've got this mindset of, like, if you're not allowed to say words, it's like oppression of free speech and everything, but that word isn't... Like, there are only a few things that word's used for. One is, like, an oppressive way of speaking to someone, like talking down to someone, and then the other is like a term of endearment, right? Like, oh, that's my boy, you know? Right. So, I think the only place that word would have for anyone who wasn't black is the term of endearment. Right? You feel me? You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, eventually I think that will have to be the case. That people get over it and accept it. And...
Okay, I take what you're saying, like, the exclusion of us using it is, like, holding on to the historical fact that of the oppressed, therefore the separation of class. So you're saying we should be allowed to use the N-word as a way to move on?
Well, not necessarily.
See, this is ultimate. See, like right here, this is ultimate non-racism.
It is, but it sounds really racist.
It has to be, but both parties have to be accepting as well. And in this time, there's no both parties that will be accepting because there's half the people on this side think this and that, and everyone's opinions are thrown blah blah. Everything's always got to be judged and like monitored. So therefore, it's just never going to die. You're not going to be able to kill that kind of way of thinking now.
Yeah.
To the extent where every single black person will just accept white people.
Well, this is the
saying
thing.
That word.
People are too diverse to have it a universal thing. like in the same way, like you
That's
wouldn't
also
call
true.
a perfect stranger like
Mm.
a cunt, like because I would call either of you a cunt and it would be fine, right? But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna come up
the
to
shop guy.
I'm not gonna be like sup cunt at the Coles checkout.
Yeah, facts.
like, you know.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Actually,
alright.
So,
that's,
like, you
that's
know,
a good
it's all
argument.
down to context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make it a friendly word. Like get your black friend to give you the N-word pass.
Yeah, that's it.
And
See,
make
like
that a common thing.
yeah, so I've got a black friend and she's fine with you know, she said she's fine with me making like black jokes and we all fucking make black jokes about her. And like it's fine because she knows that we're all
Yes,
friends, right?
Right. That's the point.
So it's like it's all chill. But you know, I'm not gonna make those same jokes to
Just a random black
a
person.
random black guy.
Obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when Jwest fucking drives me to Lonnie and then hits me up for fuel money and I call him a Jew.
Yeah. Bro, I cracked up. Oh, he doesn't know. We were talking about you on the last podcast.
Oh,
yeah,
true.
we were too.
Yeah, because I wigged out because I was like, what the fuck, Joe West's a Jew. Are you
know.
actually a Jew?
Well, if I grow my hair, like it's curly.
No, I got to clarify this because I was speculating on it. Are you a religious Jew or a race Jew?
I'm a race Jew, and I'm
I
also
thought so.
a Christian, so you could say, like, there's plenty of Jews. The Jews were Christians, but then like it's just the Jews that held on to their original
Yep.
ways that are now Jewish. But there's also Jewish Christians.
It's
So you
almost
can-
Judaism is almost a sect of Christianity. But
At
not
some
quite.
point in the future, if the Bible is true, which it happens to have been so far, Israel will turn into, like, Israel as a nation will turn to God as he is now, and to like proper Christianity, as opposed to like, you know, Judaism, whatever you want to call it, and just leave all the old shit behind, basically.
Yeah, so like Christianity will become Judaism, sort of.
Yeah, and then that's something that will happen at some point,
Because
because they're still God's chosen people.
But that's what Jews believe, right?
But no, Jews don't believe that. Jews believe a whole bunch of different stuff that I can't properly speak for, so I'm not going to.
Yeah. So like, is that just your personal theory?
No, that's in the Bible.
Right, so that's what Christians believe.
Yeah, that's what Christians believe.
Right, I'm clearing
Well,
up
actually, yeah. Let's say 30% of Christians believe that.
Yeah.
Because only 30, like, there's so many different Bibles and people, and, you know, translations of,
which one?
There's
Yeah,
plenty
that's it,
of
which
there's plenty of
one?
Christians that don't read the Bible,
Yeah.
so, and don't really
That's
believe in the Bible.
fucking weird, isn't it?
Especially if you call Catholics Christians, they're not allowed to read the Bible. They only are allowed to read like one verse a day in a certain spot out of context.
It's all
Fuck,
done by the pastor and shit.
Mm.
And then you go to like a Baptist and then they've got Bibles just in the rows.
Yeah,
Everyone brings their own Bible because they don't like the row ones.
yeah, because the row ones
They've
are
got
like
their own
complete
special one
fucking
with flowers
polar
on
opposite.
it.
no,
that they
not so
got
much
from their
flowers, just
grandma.
translations, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, flowers, bells and whistles. My
So-
mum's got a massive fucking Bible with all these notes in it. And like all the pages have got this much space on the edge of the pages between the text, and she's just filled it up with notes. Lots of the pages. Like every second or third page there's a goddamn note.
But if you're trying to hit me up for gold, I don't like. I'm not going to tell you.
No, I don't want any gold.
No, that's alright then.
Bro, it's the key to immortality.
Yeah, we talked about this. We talked about gold on the last podcast too.
You can drink gold.
Yeah, well, this was a topic of discussion.
Yes, consumable gold, and how it mends your DNA and shit.
I have some.
And how aliens are responsible.
You can buy it.
Go mend your DNA.
Do you want some?
No, yeah, probably could use
Hey, I
some.
thought you said you weren't giving out gold. What the fuck? You give gold to him and not
Drinkable,
me?
drinkable gold. That's just that's different type of gold.
I'll
Man.
see.
Different type of gold.
You can just buy that on like online.
What would you do if you went to like buy a queue off someone? You just gave them gold. Do you reckon they'd take it?
Would you?
No,
Because
Maybe.
how do you know it's gold?
mate. Yeah, this is no. I wouldn't.
And
You
also,
know it's gold.
If I was a
I'll
jeweler,
weigh it
I might.
first.
If I could test it.
True, wait. If you've got scales, yeah.
And if you can buy it, and it leaves a print, but it's definitely steel, then it's gold. And it's good gold.
But like, how do you know? Like, how do you know how much the gold's worth unless you've got a fucking?
Oh, you could just
Testing
look up
system.
online how much gold's worth by the gram,
I
and
yeah,
then
but you know,
know
it might be
roughly how much gold is worth.
It might
If
be
I
like
could
an
look at it and go
amalgam.
like, if
It might have a bit of fucking copper or some shit in it.
Okay, yeah,
if it's
true.
just
I
a straight
don't know
nugget,
about that.
then yeah, it's suspicious. But no, have you seen people trade gold in like just little jars, man? Like,
Yeah.
because you always find just little flecks of it. So,
Surely there's a bunch of places around here where you can find shit tons of gold.
oh, like
Like
$40
around
worth.
Tassie.
Yeah, there is gold in
shit
Tanning
Tassie.
food places.
There is gold in Tassie. If you strike the mother lode, then you probably find a bit. You know what we could do? We could go on a trek just into the unexplored territories of just the West Coast rainforest, find a river somewhere, get a gold pan, and you might just find ridiculous amounts because no cunt's been there.
Yeah.
Nice. Should do that.
Yeah. Might be
That'd
worth
be an
it.
adventure. That'd actually, yeah, prepare for it for ages and take like a month.
Go in there and just camp in the fucking rainforest. And,
Spend a few days panning for gold.
yeah.
That'd be dope. I'll be down.
Get rich quick scheme. Definitely not pyramid scheme at all.
Well, what's the top of the pyramid for a start? Are you
Um,
saying that you're the top of the pyramid all of a
No,
sudden?
no, no. I'm saying that like I'm gonna hire you to come with me, and you get a certain percentage of the gold that we find.
Yeah, so you are saying you're
But
the
you
top
have
of the
to
pyramid
pay
all of
me.
a sudden.
Yeah, what the
Hey,
fuck is
no,
this? I thought we were going
I-
camping.
No, I had the start of the idea, so
That
I
is a
thought you guys
business.
were going to be coming
That's the
with
thing.
me.
You have to pay for my tent, and I give you a certain percentage of the gold
That we might find.
that we might find.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that sounds like an investment.
I'll pay for the fuel.
and the tent.
No.
And the tent.
I'm not
pegs.
buying you a tent or a tent pegs.
I might have a tent
And the mattress.
somewhere.
And the gold pants.
What is
I'm
this?
not carrying a
You're
mattress
a pain.
or buying it.
No, because you're getting 30% of the gold that we might find.
30%.
Yeah,
I'll be wanting 80% for all this.
Come on, Jwest. Work with me here.
No,
You're only buying
I'll
a
work
tent,
with you.
bro. You can get them for 15
Why
bucks
don't,
at
why don't
Kmart.
you buy a gold pan and I'll buy a gold pan, and then the gold that I find in my gold pan I'll keep.
Oh.
No, this is because I'm hiring you and I'm at the top of the pyramid.
No, but
I
you're
mean,
not,
what?
though.
No, this isn't the pyramid.
Alright, so, no. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go down and do it myself, to be honest.
I was going to get my own pan and do it myself and get more gold than both of yous. And then chuck his a little, because I feel sorry for such
I
peasants
see.
and their lack of gold.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just
And
go
then
hire
sit
some
on
other
my
cunts for my
golden
pyramid
throne
scheme.
in my golden room that I've made from all the gold that I panned.
100% I'll claim fuel tax on you for that, then. Because then, like, eventually you want to leave, yeah, the West Coast rainforest, and then get back to, I'm assuming, the car that we parked somewhere.
I'll just hire someone to come drive me out in a limo with all the gold.
We won't have reception.
Yeah, I will.
Oh.
Yeah, because you got
Okay.
that gold antenna.
You'll have reception.
I'll
for sure.
build a giant gold satellite station
Yeah.
with my knowledge of gold. I'll eat heaps of it to get my brain pumping. Then I'll be fucking gold lord or something.
Yeah, if once you become Gold Lord, then I'll come back with some of the boys and we'll raid you. And steal all
You
your
won't be
gold.
able to defeat Gold Lord.
Yeah, we will.
You won't.
Do you need a license to get it?
What status of Gold Lord?
No, to pan for gold. Because
yeah.
I can't imagine, like, if you go out there and find, like, 10 grand worth of gold, not so, like, you probably wouldn't. But if you do, then the government's going to be like, I want some of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
gold
that's
tax
the-
would be a thing for sure.
Gold tax.
But you
yes,
don't go to the
it's
government people,
Gold
man.
licensing.
Yeah. Obviously, you're not
And are
going
there
to...
specific rivers that is banned because of something?
You find someone who has licensing that, like, is a bit sketchy. Like, say you go to Launceston to the cash converters there,
Yeah, that's it.
that the cups are always in and out of,
Yeah.
and say, so what do you pay for gold? And look at them, and then, like, just hopefully suss it out.
But this is the
And
thing,
hopefully the cops
fucking
don't rock up.
cashies are fucked because, like, they'll underprice you super heavy.
Yes, they will.
Like, you
Yeah.
probably get half.
Not even.
But you'll
Yeah,
know
enough.
you'll know the standard rate though, so you'll be like, you can make sure that you're getting something, or you can just leave it and find
Yeah,
something else.
that's it. You'd have to know the
I know-
value before you went out.
I know a dude, right, from work, because he brought his gold panning ultimate fucking aluminium trailer in for to get it modified and shit, and like spent like $2,000 on this trailer, at least doing it up for panning, and I'd just get him down, ring him up, and say, oi, I've got 10 grand's worth of gold. Have you got 10 grand in cash, which you would have? And he'd just buy it and then sell it for more. Like you could give it to him like for 8 grand and say if you had 10 grand's worth. Like I'll give it to you for 8 because cash converters will only give me 3 grand for it.
Yeah. That's it, and then that's it. You'll probably get the sale because you're taking a bit off the top.
Yeah. And the dude knows his gold and he's like, yeah, shit, yeah, I'll make a bit of money.
But-
for free.
This is where the business comes into it because you can't let the guy know that he's the only option. 'Cause
Oh
then
no, he's a good bloke.
Oh yeah,
I know
yeah.
him.
Like I'm talking in a situation where you're not friends with the guy.
Oh, like talking like sunglasses and like people rocking up beside you with like suits to make sure you look tougher and like briefcases and stuff.
That's it. I suppose. I mean, you could have a go down like that if you want.
Turned into James Bond.
No, that's just every single movie where just that kind of stuff goes down.
This is true.
Doing the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk in a room,
Come on.
you got the bodyguards.
Always got to have a
Name 10
briefcase.
movies that don't
With
have that
suit.
scene that have deals doing it.
This is the thing. Even things that shouldn't go in a briefcase always end up in a briefcase. Like in those movies.
Hmm.
Like, doesn't matter. It's like, it's a bomb. It's a bomb shaped as a ball. It goes in a square briefcase.
Just because briefcase, man. Everyone has a briefcase.
You know what the
If you
Tesseract
have a
goes in a
briefcase, that's
Same.
normal because it's full of briefs.
Because people carry around those,
They don't,
briefcases.
I suppose.
like briefing papers, not fucking boxes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to fit Mike Tyson inside a case like
alternatively,
that.
it could be full of boxes.
Briefcase full of boxes.
Mm.
How are you going to fit them in?
Cramp, push, like, what do you mean how?
Well, like we turn into a cartoon and all of a sudden it's black and white and we just shove all these people into this one little box like
No,
boxes inside
like
of fucking
briefs.
briefs.
Yes, underwear.
Oh, I thought you meant briefs as in like papers, like mission briefs.
That's what briefs. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I don't know what you're saying then.
Then I made the funny alternative of underwear
Oh,
and
I
it's
see.
completely gone over your head.
Like, it's fucking completely gone over my head.
I was talking about Mike Tyson because boxes.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's it. Whatever he said as well.
Yeah, right. So like
You were at
you
sports.
were so far deep. I missed the start of it, and then like,
Yeah, shit.
and then I
Oh,
just
man.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I was
Alright,
already
I'll
on the
just
next level.
save
after
my
you.
humour for a different crowd. I'm not welcome here.
Oh fuck.
I was on.
Yeah, well,
the
Jay
level
West
above
got it. I was
yours.
just a bit slow on the uptake.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he
I
did,
knew what
because
you
he'd
were
already
talking
moved
about.
on to fucking Mike Tyson in boxes.
Oh, so he skipped over my point really fast. Is
That's
that what
it.
happened?
Yeah.
Oh, true. So
Because
you're,
I pretended to get confused at your point, which was you getting confused at his point in pretend.
I'm no idea where I sit.
So if we,
It was not amusing to you to the point where you had to go into a new topic immediately.
Or
and
maybe it was
too much for you. It went directly over your head. Where's my target audience? Who am I meant to be catering for here?
the audience, that's
If you got what I meant, fucking leave a like and a comment and fucking share this and all that fucking sack tearing shit because like I don't know what to do anymore.
and if you didn't like me, then also do that and tell us and let us know how fucking dumb you are.
Man, I thought it was good. Briefs in your briefcase, right?
Oh fuck.
Like,
I suppose.
See, if we're judging levels of stupidity here,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
on
have
the
to go fairly deep into the conversation before you can even slightly clarify. There's too many forms of intelligence, man.
I think I'm smarter than Das. I think that's my claim to fame in that scenario.
in that scenario.
So what's
Let's not get cocky here.
so what is smarter?
Then
What does that
is
mean? What
smarter?
does it mean you can do? It doesn't mean you can just do everything better.
Hey, well let's slow the fuck down here. Just because I missed the first one, I still got it in the end. It's not like it just completely went over my head. I still understand.
So you think if you saying a statement that goes over someone's head makes you smarter than them? Well, then what happens when he says a statement that goes over your head?
Maybe I'm on 2 hours of sleep and I just didn't pick up on the first line. Like,
Oh, okay.
I'm not, but you know,
You could have been
I could have been. Doesn't mean I'm stupider.
less smart.
Touche.
More or less.
More or less smarter than you.
I'm more or less smarter than you.
I'm more or less smarter than both of you.
I'm less or more smarter than you guys.
Less and more.
Less or more.
Less or more.
I'm
smart.
less and more. I'm less smarter than you, and I'm more smarter than you.
See, I would agree with
Yeah.
that.
There
I
we
would
go.
agree with that.
That
And
is
I
factual.
would say that's the same for all of us.
Mm.
That's so you can't really clarify. Because how many things though? How many things are you
Yeah,
smarter than?
This is the thing.
than
We've got to
me?
add up how many things each
Alright.
other. Well, I don't know.
How many things are there?
All
Yeah,
how many
things
things do you do
that are smarter?
that you do smarter than me, and you know better than me, and you are smarter at than me. Not necessarily more physically talented, but smarter, which is also hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, okay.
We're
How do you
including that-
classify smarter then?
We're
Is
including
it
hand-eye
ability or is
coordination.
it knowledge?
I'm including hand-eye coordination as intelligence.
Or is it practice?
See, practice would.
But you can
praise
practice
ability.
thinking to get smarter.
Can you?
Yes, for sure. There's smart
Yeah, your
people out
brain's a
there
muscle.
that
Yeah.
don't think and therefore aren't that smart, but could be if they thought.
Yep.
Yep.
But the thing
Everyone
is,
else
Do you want to be smarter? Because blissful ignorance is a thing.
No, I like being smarter.
But I do enjoy knowing. It's one of my favourite things, knowing how it works.
This is true.
Specifically that.
Yeah, no, I'm keen for knowing.
Look, I think in the long run, knowing is better.
Yeah.
But there are definitely benefits to being ignorant.
Oh yeah, true. I'd say so.
Definitely causes less stress.
Yeah, I was going to say they are personal benefits. Like, it doesn't benefit anyone else, you being ignorant.
That's it.
Only
And it
you.
probably doesn't benefit humanity in a whole.
And it's less interesting.
Whole.
Just you.
That's it.
It's a very selfish thing.
Yeah. But if you're
arguably
ignorant,
a lot better than being smarter.
if you're ignorant though, then you're not thinking about the whole, you're thinking about yourself.
And life's more enjoyable.
That's it. So you just got to weigh it
If
up.
everyone was ignorant, would that mean that life would be enjoyable for everyone and therefore
No, it'd be less enjoyable because of everyone else's ignorance.
I don't think so, because think about...
Yeah, if everyone was dumb as fuck, everything
Nothing
would be
would
worse.
work. And you'd always be frustrated and too dumb to fix it.
Again, we're thinking about smart in a very narrow box. Think about like primitive cultures. A lot of people would say, oh, they're not smart, right? But they are overall happier than...
Okay, so you reckon everything just becomes simplified.
Yeah.
I would
And
also
we'd be happy
argue
with
that
that.
the Egyptian culture in particular, as an ancient culture, was definitely as smart as our culture for what they did. And also,
Just not in the same way.
like, you got wisdom and intelligence, right?
Yeah.
And if you got wisdom and no intelligence, you'll create an atom bomb and then it'll explode in your face.
Yeah.
But if you've got wisdom, then you won't create an atom bomb and or even think about it because you don't want to create an atom bomb.
Yeah.
And like that can be
So you're
considered
saying
dumb.
it's playing
So
all
like,
intelligence.
I'm saying that the Egyptians worked with the planet better than we did.
So they had more
and
wisdom than
they
us.
also lived neck level like comfort
Yeah.
like we do. For sure. They had access to running water, they were right next to the Nile, they had all their they got so good at mathematics that they could build shapes that we can't build. In like weird fourth dimensional light rooms that we can't even work out. So I'd even argue they probably were smarter.
Yeah, they were definitely more wise.
I'd like
But
to know what they were doing it for, because you don't just do it. You
Oh,
just do something. There's
rel-
always an end goal in mind.
Yeah.
It's probably...
If you want my true answer to that, then we have to go for the whole like
It's
thing.
probably religious reasons. That's probably
Religious
what it boils
reasons.
down to. Because...
Because there's two religions. And one religion is working for one thing and one is working for the other thing.
What do you mean by that?
So the Egyptians were doing the same thing that the Incas were doing, that this were doing, that Babylon was doing, that Rome was doing, that everyone else was doing apart from Christianity. I was building some kind of weird, like, space control system. Like, you know how, like, we're all, like, doing all the fucking chemtrails and all that kind of stuff, and there's, like, a grid that goes around the Earth. It's a magnetical grid that... I don't know what it does, but it's like a part of the atmosphere, and it's been fucked with in amazing millions of different ways. And I've got a feeling that cities and the pyramids and all these key points that happen to be on key points on the grid are feeding into some kind of power system that's running
Fuck,
something.
you're in deep, bro. You're in deep.
But this is coming from multiple different theories, from evolutionary theories, like from all the way through to conspiracy theories, all the way through to Christianity theories, but putting them all in the Christianity box, basically. And like some of those things, like like the reasons we make all those things. Like, have you seen like how similar a city grid is to like phone inside of a phone and that kind of stuff? And inside like a phone's just there to create energy, man.
But that could
and
be
somehow
coincidence,
but that creates an energy wave that's so strong it can send a message to a satellite that sends a message to another phone, kind of thing. And so if you can send that's like fourth dimensional stuff, and that's us using technology that we don't even really know how it works, because it fucks with our bodies, and like it's creating harsh energy waves that it's flowing through our energy waves in our
The
like
structure of the city and its shapes are actually transmitters on a large scale.
and they're not thinking of human beings as like basically sound, which we are.
Let me play devil's advocate here. I'm not going to say you're wrong, because I don't know, right? Like, you could be right, but...
I'm not going to say I'm 100% right. For
Yeah,
sure.
look, and that's a good position to have. But it's just as likely that humans like patterns. Because think about it like this, right? Think about how a phone is organised, right? Do you not think a phone could be organised in a different way and still function the same? Like physically organised, like the circuit board could be changed up and instead of squares have its circles and stuff like that?
Yes, to an extent, but the overarching mechanics would have to stay similar. Like this would have to be a pattern.
Yep, that's it. So what if humans just like patterns? So they build cities and circuit boards and a bunch of other things all in the same patterns because they like fucking, normalcy and that, and the patterns create fucking...
Oh yeah, and everyone like anything that goes into your brain sinks into your subconscious and then it affects your creativity and that kind of stuff.
I think Jwest's point is why do we like patterns? Because that is factual, and that plays into what he's saying. The fact that we like those patterns because it creates that energy.
I see. Yep.
Why do we like
Shapes
that? Why does
create
art
energy.
create emotion? Like, you know how you can look at a painting and feel sad?
Yep.
That's that painting shooting out that energy. Same as a TV can do the same thing. Like, who was it? Fucking Draz was saying that he was watching Home and Away, or something was on in the background, but he was doing something else completely. He wasn't even watching it, and he all of a sudden got really sad and started crying, but he wasn't even watching the TV. And looked over, and it was just the same from Home and Away, and didn't even care about the show.
Yeah, but the soundtrack.
No, it wasn't even on like sound. It was just the actual pictures, man. The subliminal messages and actual energy waves that are thrown through the pictures that create mood, same as music does. But it's on a higher frequency.
Because it's still just a shape.
AKA, I guess, more subliminal.
Just not a recognisable one from us unless you're physically looking at it, because that's the only part that picks up that shape is our eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
In a brain interpreting way. But your body's still exposed to it.
But your body still gets affected by it, yeah. And your overarching shape as you gets affected by it.
Well, like, what the human brain does is it associates things with other things. And, like, that's what we've been saying.
It creates chemicals.
Again, the reason is why does it do that? Because when you look at a painting and you feel sad or you feel happy, the reason you're feeling sad is because of all of the elements that we've already labelled working together. So it's probably dark, there's probably lots of dark colours, it could be, like, a singular vocal point, like, giving a sense of loneliness. It could be reminiscent of things that are universally accepted as being sad, so like stormy weather or fucking
a dead
but
person.
Why is stormy weather sad?
I don't think necessarily stormy weather is always
shape
sad.
associated with it.
Yeah, because that's probably evolutionary, because stormy weather creates discomfort to the human body, and we don't like discomfort.
But you can also say that
being wet.
like frowning and like just doing that, like whatever, that face, just the general frown and like that is always universally animals. Everything considers that to be like a negative shape.
Bro.
Sweet.
Alright.
And we're black.
We're black. We might have to wrap it up pretty soon, because I've got to go.
Well, that's like an hour and 20. That's probably one of the longest ones we've done.
You edit some of it down.
Yeah, I'll cut a fucking couple of breaks out and shit. Well, I usually leave it pretty full. Like, I don't edit much. I just edit, like, people coughing and shit.
Alrighty then.
Well, spark or flame?
Let's go spark.
I'm gonna go flame.
I'm gonna go spark. And it was flame.
Thank you.
Jesus
We
Christ.
seem to have ditched the 13-second rule.
Yeah.
That hasn't been in effect for
What
at
is the
least
13-second rule?
We started off with giving people 13 seconds to guess whether it was going to be spark or flame.
That was under 13 seconds.
But, like,
No,
it's
like we
from
announced,
once- yeah.
we announced that we're going to play Sparkle Flame, then we give them 13 seconds to cast their bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cast their
okay,
vote,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
And that time we definitely didn't. Like, I just said spark or flame, and you both said your answers within 5 seconds, and I struck it. No, and we usually give it like a silence moment and everything. Like, nothing.
So that was too slack.
It's more like if I went spark or flame, and you'd say what?
I'd probably say flame.
What would you say?
I'd say Flame.
I'd say flame. What would you guys reckon? They've still got another 5 or so seconds to guess whether it's going to be spark or flame.
Yeah, that's enough time.
And it was spark.
Oh, as if that was spark.
Your back felt being flame the whole time. Went up.
Holy shit, yeah. I was thinking double flame for sure.
Yeah, it was a second strike. I hadn't put it down or anything. No. That was a spark as well. You're just sitting there fucking playing it by yourself.
We can, in the editing, you can put in silence there, you can cut it.
True, I can put in silence.
That's it.
That's whack.
Yeah. That's
Holy shit. Alright,
Alright.
I've been the young Tom. I'll probably continue to be the young Tom in the future. I have no plans of changing.
I haven't been the young Tom. Well, you know what? I think I have been the young Tom at some point in my life. Maybe I've been like reincarnated as young Tom.
A lot of these
In
cunts
another
have been
reality.
young Tom.
You know what? Everyone who claims to be the young Tom's probably been the young Tom at some point. But yeah, no, right now I'm not the young Tom. I'm the DJ. So yeah.
And we've had our guest speaker, Jwest.
Yep.
Yes, it was an honour to be the first guest.
Yes. We will
The first of
potentially
many.
have more guests in the future.
Alright.
And
Goodbye to all you young Toms out there.
I'm the young Tom.
And
out
all
there.
you non-young Toms.
Yeah, all you non-young Toms.
Yeah, whatever you are.
You fucking
You
non-fucking
fucking
young
imposters.
Toms getting around doing non-young shit.
You old fucks.
Yeah. Old.
No, that
Old
was a
young
bit
Toms.
harsh.
Cold old.
Nah, fuck them. They're old.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was
So
too
you
harsh.
had me
We'll
coronavirus.
We'll cut that.
we'll cut it.